So, who are you, and what do you do? I'm a psychometrist within the sixth house. I interrogate objects by picking up echoes of their past. Evelyn Maros, have you seen this item before? No. Has anyone discussed the Revenant Project with you? No, but what? Well, sir, we all hear the rumors. That'll be all. Give her the book, interrogate the item, tell us what you see. No interpretation, just facts. I see a bedchamber. Lavish. Tall ceilings, heavy red drapery. The incense braziers are still lit. Smoke curling towards a glass dome overhead. And a bed, wide and canopied. Two figures lie within it. A man and a woman. Older, clearly of nobility. A signet ring, yes, that's the Faraday crest. This must be the king. The air's growing colder, heavier. The flame in the lantern dimming. I see movement, a form, but something fluid. No, it's here, through the wall. Something's just stepped through. It's reaching towards the man. His breathing is slowing. He's choking. He's choking. Gasping for air, but he's not waking up. His body's gone rigid. He's not breathing. It's shifting now towards the woman. Slower this time. She's turning. She may wake. It just touched her. She's seizing. Her eyes are rolling back. She's dying. She's gone. The door's open. Someone's coming. It's a child. A boy. Maybe 10 years old, younger. He shouted something in Drakmiri. I can't understand it. He is holding a spell book. This spell book. It flipped open. The shadow lunged at him. It's gone. He did something. He banished it. The boy's gone. Where we last left off, your group traveled throughout the Shardlight district in search of a fugitive with a plan of turning him in to the ordinance within the Shardlight district, with the plan of gaining access to their prison such that you could liberate your ally, Theo Calvers. You managed to find the fugitive hideout. You had a combat encounter with him and his gang of goblins, and in doing so, discovered that there was a shipment of Mind Flayer tadpoles that were being trafficked by this organization. After defeating this fugitive and his gang, he offered to come willingly, and you were marching him towards the Shardlight district to the base of the ordinance. And that's where we will be picking up.
What was she called, the person that interrogated the book? What was that word you used?
Psychometrist.
Cool.
So with that, as you're trudging down, you will have made it to the border of the Shardlight district. We'll say the you would have a general idea where the ordnance base would be, and you figure it would be pretty close towards the district center, where there seemed to be like a main chapel slash government building. So you figure that's probably your best bet. You gather that at the distance you are now, you've probably got about a 10-minute walk ahead of you if you wish to prepare or do anything else.
We just go take a gander through that cookbook of the halfling town that I picked up.
Okay. So, Sal, as you're walking, you're kind of looking through that cookbook. It's got a list of, I mean, if you go to like the table of contents,
Okay.
there's a, basically the book is split up into savory and sweet.
Okay.
There's a list of recipes for casseroles, like meat pies, stews, like very heavy and hearty meals. And then about 80% of the book is based on pies, pastries, something called stroopwafel, where they're slamming two waffles together with some caramel in between. Just a bunch of like heavy, sweet halfling comfort foods.
Fantastic. Okay.
So as you're casually perusing the cookbook, Vern, One-Eyed Powell, who now actually only has one eye, is kind of trudging along with you and just goes, "So, what is your plan?"
Turn you in. Oh god.
Well, I think if we play our cards right, we can get in and out without too much fuss. And she kind of side eyes Charles.
He continues at this point. You know, if you tell me exactly what your purpose is, perhaps I can be of assistance. I doubt that seeking my bounty is the true purpose of your stay here in the Sanctiforge.
Does he look trustworthy? No, he doesn't. He's got an eye and he's a pirate.
Yeah,
Ugh.
check for that.
I'll just say, as you ponder that question, I mean, like, I'm not going to make you roll an insight check. It's quite obvious that this guy only has his own self-preservation in mind. The question is whether or not that can be utilized for your benefit. So this, to me, would be more of a question of, you know, your goals, his goals, and whether or not he would be considered like an enemy here.
Okay.
There's a lot of information that you've just uncovered that you may still not have the context for. I mean, quite clearly it seemed that his troop were smuggling in these tadpoles, and I don't know that you've really gotten to the bottom of why that is. So as you begin pondering this, you know, you realize if you had any questions for Vern Powell, you may want to get that information before you turn him over to the Ordinant, because there's a good chance that he'll never be seen again.
I have a question. Who were you cooking for? As I'm looking through this cookbook.
Well, despite their size, the goblin eats as much as half-orc teenager.
This book seem much more fancy foods than for goblin. Maybe you are making for special someone.
It is just calorie dense. If you seek to talk about culinary arts, I don't find myself in the mood as I'm down one eye and going to be thrown in a prison for the rest of my very short life. I have nothing else to say to you. Just
Okay.
turn me in then. You don't wish to do business.
Well, now, hold on. My friend here, he's a little strange. But we are actually looking to break out a friend of ours who we suppose is in prison where we're taking you.
And where do I come in with this?
Well, we needed to get in, and you're kind of the ticket.
And maybe in the act of you getting out, you create some sort of distraction?
So, to be clear, it seems like you've got no personal interest in my imprisonment.
Well, I personally am wondering why you got all those tadpoles.
Sure, but let's say you find your friend and he makes it out. You will still come after me?
No,
No.
I don't even know who
expect
you
so.
are.
Well, we know that he is Vern One-Eyed Powell, but
You know
before
what I'm
today we
saying.
didn't know who you were. And after today, we could care less.
We've already
I mean,
given you the means of
We do
escape.
care about the
We
tadpoles.
couldn't care less. That is true.
Because we did just have to fight a mind flayer. And
He
that's
just kind of
a
slowly nods his head.
bit inconvenient.
He just says, "Is not exactly mind flayer."
Yeah,
It's-
it burned in the sun.
He kind of smile. You can see he smiles with a little bit of pride.
Are you?
Did you make
Changing them?
these?
I will talk if you ensure my release. And only after I make it out of the prison.
We don't really have that kind of power around here. see,
Well,
but
you seek to break out your friend, so you'll just be breaking me out too. It's not even going out of your way.
I mean, it's got a
Seems
point.
fair.
So you ensure that I get out. You've now got an ally on the inside. I will help break out your friend. And perhaps when this is all done, we talk. I tell you what I know. I think I'm done doing business with these Sanctiforge people anyways.
You seem like the kind of man that's already been in prison a few times. Do you know the layout of where we're going?
Not of this specific prison. I do know where it is, and you'll want to make a right up here.
Alright.
With
Well-
this in mind, perhaps you can give Vern a weapon, a dagger, something, to defend myself.
They're not gonna search you?
They will.
You're gonna put it in your throat where you put the lockpick?
I had a different idea in mind. A dagger will do.
if you get into the same area as Theodore and are in position to escape with him, I will give you a dagger, one of mine, when the time for fighting comes. Not before then.
He says, and what if Theodore is already dead? Our deal is still good. Yes?
Well, we don't have any need of you by then.
Well, you still have no information as to all the things that are going on, but I suppose with a few months and, finding the right people, perhaps wading through a river of blood, you could figure it out yourself, and I'll just figure out the prison myself.
I think maybe he's got a point. Yeah.
Wonder what would happen if someone just ripped up that string in your throat. You think it'd come out as easy as it went back in?
No, probably not. But sort of like how it would rip up all your plans of getting easy answers. But you look like and he just looks over each and every one of you, capable investigators, so shouldn't be too much of a hassle for you to give up your only lead.
I don't like the way he said that. He doesn't trust us. He doesn't think we're capable. Let's kill him now.
Well,
Well,
okay.
we
Here's a
can't kill
dagger.
him either way.
the
Luminor
little one
hands
has a-
over. Luminor
one has a
hands
point.
over a dagger.
Um,
Oh, no.
so you watch as he just like takes a dagger because his shackles are in front of him, and kind of pulls it up to his beard, and then just like starts weaving it within his beard.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
So we're looking for Theodore Calvers. He is a wiry, small-ish male, brown hair. He had some brown glasses.
Priesty.
Priesty, yes, and a little squirrely, I
Twinkie.
guess you could say.
I know who he is.
Oh, perfect.
When was he taken?
Yesterday midday. Originally,
He, as you say that, he immediately looks up towards the sun. You get the sense he's trying to estimate what time it is right now.
originally he was in a separate holding area before being transferred over here. So
If I would have known that, I would have advised you all walk a little bit faster. Your friend does not have much time.
Oh, God.
Charles Brands, pick up the pace.
You all, don't wait up for me. I'll make my way right to you. Well, and there's sweat trickling down Yedin's face. He's very sluggish.
I look at Saul, I'm like, you think he's slow because his legs are short?
Probably.
Sal looks at you and just, yeah.
He is little man, little legs. That is how that looks. I am wondering why he is sweating. Is it hot out right now or no?
So traveling with Yedin over the last couple days,
Oh,
it's pretty clear that he's been incrementally, literally getting like more and more exhausted. I mean, you're kind of a snake oil healer.
Yeah.
This is somebody that's like in the throes of exhaustion. Like, I mean, you've seen, what happens to some of the miners in Ferrum. But he hasn't been doing hard labor or anything, so it's a little odd. He might be
Okay.
sick or something like that, but he's like not in good shape.
okay. How long does it take me to
Withdrawals.
make a potion? It doesn't take very long, does it?
I think about 10
I was
minutes.
good through. Okay. We don't have that long, I guess. I can't really do it while we're mobile, right?
No.
Okay. I have to be stationary.
But,
okay.
but
Just wondering.
Yedin is very clearly having a hard time keeping up.
Okay. Mhm. All right, noted. I will see what I can figure out.
Okay.
So, Luminor, what's the plan here?
Well, I guess we walk in, give up Mr. Powell, find a way to loiter for a bit while Mr. Powell does what he does behind bars.
Buddy, way in from the back.
Meet in the middle at some point.
Orc, I'm talking to you.
He looks over and says, "What's this now?"
Is there a? Do you know if there's a back entrance?
I told you I've never seen this prison before. I vaguely know where it is.
All right.
And if your plan hinges on me making something happen within the prison, then I'd say your friend is probably dead.
You know, I'm not really the planning type, but last time
I
that got us
got
into
that
trouble.
sense. I suspect that your turning me in will probably only get me into the processing area, which maybe is just barely within the prison itself. It gets you a little bit closer, but you're gonna have to make something else happen.
Luminor
Alright.
turns to Mazarin. Mazarin, can you... You can read thoughts, is that correct?
She looks towards you. Give me a second to figure out what she can do.
Sorry.
She says, yes, it's somewhat limited. It's pushing the boundaries of what I can do, so I won't be able to just do it on everyone, but yes.
So, if there's a way that we could subtly confirm where Theodore is being held, we might need you to use some sort of psychic magic to do that, is my idea.
I mean, we could go in, get this guy settled, and then be like, hey, we're with the Black Ledger, you know, we need to interrogate a priest you may have apprehended for crimes against the founder, conspiracy against the founder, and then figure out the breakout from there.
With that, Mazarin speaks up and says, that may have been an option before our confrontation of Elvire and our brief incarceration, but I think it's been made pretty clear that, especially within the Shard-like district, we are the enemy. So I doubt that the Ordinance are going to respect our authority as Ledgermen. In fact,
What about-
it may be best if we don't bring that part up, even
What
though they
about-
might already know.
Luminora's authority is whatever she is.
I mean, what
I
authority? We're not in
am
Conscriptus.
Conscriptus.
Also, and forgive me if I'm wrong, or sorry if I'm being disrespectful, but now that she's with the Ledgermen,
Good point.
she's not like, you know, she shoots you a look and like, I'm sorry. Personally, I
Is
don't
there
know that
is
the
there like a
Ledgerman is going to get
tavern?
as far.
Sorry, is there a tavern or something nearby this prison, or nearby the area where we're dropping him off?
I mean, this is a district that's just based on like piety towards the founder. There, you didn't find a lot of areas of like, you know, comforts and things like that
Okay.
in general. So I don't know what you're looking for, but there may be
I was
an
looking for
inn or
somewhere
something like that.
that a guard might go to blow off steam at.
This is the one place where you are kind of getting the sense that people blow off steam by reciting Bible verses and participating in
Oi.
rituals and prayers and things like that.
Bunch of fucking churchies, the one thing I'm not good at. Okay. All right. Never mind that plan then.
Okay, so with this, you are now making it to about the brink of the center government complex here, and there's a large temple, and you Vern indicates that the prison is probably on the other side of the large structure that you're headed towards. So you're about here. If you want to stop, you can, but with Theo's life being kind of within the balance, you're essentially here at the prison. So what are you all planning at this point?
Okay.
I think we get to play this one by ear.
Vern, was
Um,
it?
My God, no.
Real quick, also, Neri, I would like a athletics check at disadvantage with a DC of 12 to see if you've managed to keep within earshot of the group.
10.
Okay. So Neri, as you are kind of just walking, getting to a point where you just have to stop at one point to catch your breath, you get really lightheaded and collapse to the ground. You just need a second to catch your breath. And you start to feel this really strange, kind of foggy sensation coming over your head. And you begin to hear a voice that sounds familiar, haunting, but comforting.
As the wire leaf is working, just like you said it would. I can tell my signature is already being muted. Mind trance fractured between that. They will find us. This isn't clean. Not really. You're going to lose pieces, memories, reflexes, maybe parts of who you are. I don't know what you'll be when you come back. I'll still be here when you do. I'm not alone through the fog. Not with your mind submerged the way it will be. If I go, I'll go quietly. If this works, maybe you wake up a free man. If not, don't wake up at all. Either way, I'll see you on the other side. Good luck, Neri.
And as you hear that echoing through your mind, you can't tell if that's something that you just heard or something that was a memory fleshing back. But as you kind of blink your eyes, You don't know how long you've been sitting down, and the task at hand once rushes again to the forefront of your mind. And with that, you feel maybe a little bit invigorated for some reason. Going back to the group, Sal was just about to address Vern as you all briefly now made your way to you can see the prison building. It's a pretty small building. You're within one district, so it's not a prison, it's more of a jail, like a temporary holding area. Probably similar in size as the Steel Covenant barricade that you were held up in. So with that, I am marking off a clock for Theo Calvers.
Can we know what the clock is at, or is that hidden
think it's at
information
2.
for suspense?
That is
No.
hidden information.
Fuck.
Ah!
But
Okay.
I can tell you this, it's not completely marked off.
All right.
Here's what I'm thinking. I'm just gonna say this is Jasmine because I can't focus on both at the same time. We walk in. Someone delivers Vern. I think. No, this is probably a terrible plan because my first thought was maybe we just split up. That somebody tries to sweet talk their way into accompanying Vern further into the jail while the rest of us stay back. Once you guys get far enough in, ideally we would, I mean, it's kind of small, so ideally we would know a general area where Theo is, and that's the direction that we're heading. Vern starts a riot, stabs a guard, I don't know, whatever pirates do. And at the same time, the people who are still outside of the jail or like behind, like still kind of in the entry area, also start some sort of chaos so that the guards' attention is a little split up. My first thought was Charles gets a little rowdy and maybe punches someone in the face. Maybe not a guard, I don't know, just throwing ideas out there. So now we have an internal and external distraction while there's a whole bunch of chaos. Vern, Theo, and maybe whoever accompanied them get out, and then we get out and rendezvous at some spot that is not in the jail.
With that, Mazarin speaks up and says, I can potentially influence a guard. It's been quite a long day, and I'm running pretty low on my reserves of magical tricks. I wouldn't be able to do that and read a mind, but looking at the scope of this place, I don't know that we'll need to. So would you like me to go in with Vern and whoever comes with me, and I can attempt one suggestion?
Yes, I think that is a great plan.
Who do you want to go with you?
Well, if it doesn't work, I may be out on my own with I don't know however many guards, and like I just said, a empty bag of magical tricks because it feels like I haven't slept in 3 days.
I mean, I got this crossbow, and that don't run my magic.
What's the benefit of us splitting up?
Creating 2 distractions. Someone having hands on Theo that isn't just Vern. Not that I don't trust you, Vern, but I don't trust you.
Well, if we have ideas for a distraction on the outside, but it looks like there's just one way in. So
Well, I also assume they're not going to let 5 randos walk into the back of the jail.
Fair. Well, we could see if they let however many they let in. But we
Yeah.
should make a decision and move soon.
I've said what I want, so
Now, when you say outside of the jail, do you mean outside of the holding cells, like in whatever area we?
yeah, I mean, I
So,
assume there's some sort of lobby, or we walk in and there's a desk, and that they weren't going to let everybody in, so at that
Okay.
point,
Well,
Yeah.
let's do it. So Mazarin begins walking, just says, all right, well, who's on me then?
Charles,
I'll go.
And the rest of you are going to wait out here?
no, we're coming in.
Okay,
But if they, separate us, Charles will go with you.
got it. Okay, so who's taking point? Because it's not going to be Mazarin with Jessica not here.
I will take point with the.
I was hoping you'd say that.
Yeah.
All right, so Charles takes charge. All right, so as you begin walking Vern towards the front entrance, you see these large stone pillars and this arched doorway here. There's no one on the outside of this thing. It just looks like you could walk in.
Cool.
So you open the door?
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. As you do, you open to essentially what looks like a courtyard area. And as you do, you see like scattered a couple individuals. Some of them look like more government officials / within some kind of priesthood, whereas you see 1 or 2 armed guards. You see a few hooded individuals that are clearly carrying what looks like some couple short swords. And you see one individual who appears to have what looks like a blunderbuss, some kind of firearm for very close quarters.
What's the total of 5 armed individuals that we can see just
You only see
out
one.
in the open?
You only see 2 individuals, one with a short sword and one with a firearm out in the open. And then there does appear to be a reception area with a clerk that's...
I'm gonna head in that direction.
standing- Okay. He's standing basically behind like a circular podium. As you walk over, you see this kind of slender man, kind of face pockmarked and scarred with acne or like maybe some kind of chemical or something like that. And he looks over and says, yes, what is it I can do for you?
Care to collect a bounty?
A bounty? It's somewhat odd. Quite a far away from the center of town.
I pull out the bounty. I'm like, it's that guy. This guy.
Interesting.
To say, when we found him, he did have both his eyes, even though it says one eye.
You watch as the clerk is looking around almost a little bit nervously and just says, interesting. Why is it that you came to the Shardlight district? As I said, we're seemingly a ways away from the center of town. It's a little irregular to be turning in a bounty here.
He ran in this direction. So when we caught him, this is
Might
close.
We are in the midst of switching over our documentation systems right now, and processing a bounty, which hasn't been done here in as long as I've been a clerk, may take some number of hours. I might suggest perhaps turning this bounty into Velum Heights or the Crucible, which would be just a short jaunt
Listen,
that
buddy.
way.
We've been chasing this guy for a while, and I finally caught him, and I brought him to a government building, which is supposed to be able to pay my bounty out and take custody of him. I don't want this guy with me anymore. He's crazy.
Very well. We will need to take a report and process the prisoner, and I'm warning you, it may be a number of hours for us to collect the payment. And if you wish to avoid that inconvenience, it would be a short jaunt to the Crucible.
Are there any chairs in this front room or anything?
There's like a elevated garden area with just dead foliage and a dead tree with like an outward cement lip that can be sat on.
Okay. I will go over and sit down as like a show of feeling patient.
Very well. Well, who was present during the collection of said prisoner?
5 of us.
Well, how many would it take to give a detailed account of his capture?
Me and I point at Mazarin. Her.
Very well, just the two of you. I'll have the rest of you wait out here, and we'll take your report. Who is this? Avern Powell. Wow. All this for 500 gold pieces. Very well.
Man's got to eat.
Sure. As I said, it will take us some time. We may have to send a runner to get the funds from an adjacent district, if you're willing to wait for that. And just looks expectantly. Like, he's giving you a lot of outs, looking expectantly over you all.
I could use
And-
good rest.
Pull out a book.
Okay. Very well. He turns and says, "Come with me." And he walks towards the back of the courtyard over here and takes out a set of keys and unlocks a door, opens it, closes it behind him, and you hear the latch lock again. So now we've just got Mazarin and Charles. He walks you past the courtyard. There's another open area that leads to what clearly looks like the prison or the jail proper. There's these large arched doorways. He opens this door, and here you see 3 individuals, a desk and another clerk to the left with 2 guards up front. And ahead of you, you see open, like an inner modular area of multiple cells, with one cell up front and center, where if you peek through, you can pretty clearly see what looks like a slender individual with a familiar like brown priest attire, kind of huddled up, sitting on the ground. So with that, this individual walks you over to a second clerk, which appears to be a more elderly individual who seems to have a little bit more station here. And he just goes, "Jemison, what's the meaning of this? I told you," and he says, "I've got some," looks behind him and says, "bounty hunters that are here to collect a bounty." He says, "In the Shardlight district? What?" And he's like, "I've already told them that this would be highly inconvenient, and they were quite insistent. Cited something about sore legs and the such." He gives this individual just like a very poisonous look and looks back at you and just says, "All right, who is it we have here?"
I give him the bounty form again.
He looks very annoyed, takes the form, puts it down and says, "It'll be hours before we'll be able to get you your payment."
I got nowhere to be.
Clearly. All right, take the prisoner for processing. Now, I'll need a brief report of how you apprehended the prisoner, what injuries he sustained, and just make it brief, please.
Well, a couple days ago, we were moseying around looking for a new bounty. Yesterday, we got in contact with our source, and she gave us this bounty. Told us where his hideout was.
What was his eye injured like that before? Or did he
No, I
sustain
know it
that
says
during?
I know it says one eye, but he had both of them before we showed up.
Hilarious. That'll be all. Thank you. You can wait in the courtyard.
Now, sir, you asked for a detailed explanation.
Yes, you gave me one. You were moseying about. You needed a bounty. You found one. He lost an eye. Here you are. It'll be hours until payment.
Do you even enjoy your job?
He gives you a very fake smile and just says, "Not today, I don't." With that, Maz has kind of been wandering around this room. Clearly keep an eye on both guards, and she walks towards the back of the room at this point to get like as close as the door as she can. And Luminora, you would have been the closest one to this area. You hear in your head Mazrin's voice say, "He's here. I can see him. 2 guards, one with firearms. They're trying to get us out of this room. Charles is buying for time."
Am I able to respond?
Yes.
Inform them that Powell is armed, volatile, and may resist, and that one of you should accompany him to ensure proper restraint.
She says, sorry, what was the instruction you just gave, Mazrin?
Inform them that Powell is armed, volatile, and likely to resist, and one of you should accompany him to perform proper restraint.
I'll try. I don't know if they'll buy that, and we're running out of time. This may be our window. I can do my thing now if you'd like, or you guys can maybe come in here and we do it the CB way.
Give me 30 seconds, and I'll have a distraction out here as well.
Okay. So, did you want Mazrin to attempt a suggestion here?
Yes.
Okay. So I would say if this fails, her and Charles are going to be in a 4v2 in close quarters. And those are the stakes here. And even if there's a success, we don't exactly know how that'll go down. But it seems like she's able to communicate with you. So.
Okay.
Um,
In that 30-second window, I'm gonna try and light this dead garden area on fire.
Okay. How are you gonna do that?
Prestidigitation / yeah, mostly I'm gonna do it physically with prestidigitation. and I'm going to try and make it look like I am reading my spell book and like messing around with a couple of spells when some fire goes awry, and hopefully this dry area just gets lit up.
Okay. Give me an Arcana check with a DC of 13 and a greater effect if you get above a 16.
That's a 13 exactly.
Okay.
Which is not good.
So you managed to start a small fire here that will gradually begin to spread over the course of the next few minutes. But it's taking you about like the 30 seconds or so, because prestidigitation typically is not,
Small.
Like a, significant force of God or anything like that. So you've essentially just like taken a little Zippo lighter and you're trying to start like a forest fire with it. So with that, as Charles is speaking with this this clerk and making him very annoyed, he is going to attempt to save with a reasonably high wisdom modifier.
Oy.
Okay. Just curious, what would Mazarin be suggesting to the clerk?
Who are you asking?
I guess I'm asking you because you are
I mean,
you're in the
it would
closest
be-
proximity.
well, I mean, technically I'm the closest one.
Sure.
That maybe we need to, that maybe I or Mazarin should escort, help escort him to processing because of his danger.
Okay, so that they should have one additional escort to process the prisoner.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alternatively,
What alternatively?
to throw him in the cell without processing him. She could try and suggest that.
Okay.
It's too
We could do
dangerous
both.
to be out and about, and needs to just
Right.
be thrown in the cell as soon as possible.
Okay.
Yeah,
So, Charles, as you're arguing with this individual or annoying him, he just Mazarin just kind of walks by. You kind of just like faintly can like detect someone just moves past you, and his demeanor completely changes, and he just goes, "Oh, this is quite a dangerous individual. He shouldn't be this close to the exit. In fact, one of you, help me secure him. Terrence, you and your brother, come here." And you watch as two more armed guards unlock the door, and there's now 4 armed guards, this clerk, and the rest of you, and he says, surround this one here. Don't let him move. We'll keep him in their shackles for now. We'll apply our own after we get him in the cell. I need one of you to assist in securing him. I don't care which, but one of you come with me. The other one will wait out here. As this happens, there's a little bit of protesting, like, sir, we can't have either of them. We can't have anyone back here. What are you talking about? He says, this is a special case. This is a very dangerous prisoner. He's got capabilities that are beyond what we would typically be used to, and this could be a very volatile situation, and this is not the fucking day.
I'll volunteer to go.
Very well. Sir, keep your crossbow on this man,
I trained it on him.
and do not hesitate to fire. I don't know if he has any magics or if he has got any other abilities, but I sense dark magic on this one. Quite dark indeed. Now, you two, escort him out. You there, Vern, you criminal, you rapscallion, you. I'll need you to follow them, and we'll have no funny business, because my man here and all of us with weapons will end your life without a second thought. In fact,
No.
as I say it out loud, I don't even know why we're bothering imprisoning you. It would be much easier to just end it. So I pray to the founder that you just give me an excuse to do it, because I'll do it. I'm crazy. And then
I like this
with
guy.
that, with that,
Yeah,
the
guy
other
with
guards
the
are
teeth.
looking extremely confused. I'm gonna give the first. I'm gonna give the first contested roll here. It's gonna be a group insight check against our clerk's performance. So performance first. Not great.
No, no,
Insight at advantage.
no.
Okay. So that is a first failure. They're going along with it for now. So they go, okay. Keep this door open. And they just kind of shake their heads and they just go, follow me, prisoner. As they begin following, you're slowly led into the prison. Once you're in here, you can see there are, from your vantage point, 1, 2, 3, 3 of those mind flayer creatures that you tussled with behind cells. There's one halfling individual behind the cell, and ahead of you, it looks like it's Theo. And they begin walking Vern towards the back of the cell, or the back of the jail yard space.
How distracted or like, kind of, are they like really paying attention to the prisoner right now, or are they kind of like?
They're paying more attention to you and Mazarin right now because they get the
Cool.
sense that something is off.
Okay.
So, with that in mind, they begin walking him back, and you watch as I'm going to make a second performance check, and now. Not great. Yeah. Yeah. So the guards at this point got a natural 20 on their insight. And as you approach the, as you try to go deeper, into the area here, one of the individuals with firearms just says, Clarence, something's off. Let's get these contractors back. We have the situation under control. There is something wrong here. And the other one just nods and just moves towards you, Charles, and is waving you back. Like they want you out of this room now.
Are we still in the place where the cells are?
You are. You're right at the entrance. And he's like now pushing you back into the area that you came from with Mazarin behind you.
Buddy, I'm just doing what I'm told.
Yeah, so do what you're told, get back. And he's now about 10 feet away from you, moving towards you, and he's now got his like blunderbuss trained on you.
I take a
I'll
few
say
steps back.
Maz is going to relay this information to Luminor at this time. That fire is just now going. They're now being pushed out of the room. So now it's just basically you and Mazarin alone with that open door, and and everyone else, Vern, all the guards, and the clerk are within this prison area.
The clerk is with us in the cell area,
He is not.
so the clerk's alone.
No, he's with the guards. He went with them.
That's what I just asked. We're in the cell area, right? Of the prison where all the cells are?
You are barely in it now.
Okay. And the clerk is, and the 4 guards are.
So why don't I just show you?
Oh no. No, it's okay.
Doesn't mean combat. A map doesn't mean combat. Just keep that in mind.
Yep.
Okay. So
initiative.
1, 2, 3, 4. Give me 1 second. This guy. Okay, and then okay, I'm almost ready. And here we go, sharing my screen. So many tabs. So this is the kind of chaotic situation we're in. You are just at the precipice here, being pushed in, like back in. You and Maz are the only ones now that are going to be in this room. The rest of them are in the actual jail area.
Okay, and is there a door like that they can close if I go out?
There is.
Okay. But we're back in with all the desks. Or
Yeah,
the
so
desk.
you get kind of pushed back in here,
Okay.
and he is going to close the door and lock it at this point. So as this is happening, we'll say we're in basically like a group initiative here, just to give everyone a chance to do something. What are the outside people doing? As Mazarin has communicated what's going on here.
What is sorry, what has she told us?
She told you that basically the suggestion is under scrutiny and Charles has been pushed out of the room, and that there are 5 of them and they think something's wrong and they've now been pushed out of the prison.
You guys hear me okay?
What's that, Eddie?
You guys hear me okay or no?
You sound like you're swimming.
Kind of.
Hey, you got me now?
There you go.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, sorry, because I was connected to a headset trying to see if that would work, but clearly it doesn't. Let me see. I suggest we let it take its course. If we try to break him out or interfere, our reputation here is going to be unwelcome in this entire district.
Okay. So, is anyone else outside doing anything as they're having that discussion? Sal says that. Does anyone else wish to do anything before we move on?
There are 2 people out here with us.
It looks, let's see.
I can't remember.
There is now a third that is walking into the courtyard. No one specifically has eyes on you. Like, people look like they're busy. They have things to do.
Yedin is with us as well.
Oh, I am. I made it.
Made it. I am going to start yelling at Yedin and Sal, blaming them for the fire, and start acting very rambunctious.
Give me a performance check. With the fire, I'll give you disadvantage. Or, sorry, advantage.
Performance. Literally not. Oh, that's a 9.
Okay. So, with that, how does this happen with a 9? Like, what does this look like?
It looks like Luminora can't act. She is
Right.
one doesn't yell often, so she doesn't raise her voice. And two isn't used to being in a group or scrutinized, so is like acting a little stiff and awkwardly, and maybe even like Yen and Sal are like, what's happening?
Yeah.
Like, why
It's
is
like,
why is
oh
she?
no, Yevon and Sal, the fire. Yeah, like Luminara takes on this whole role. You guys are looking at her a little bit confused, and you see one of the individuals go, "Oh no, fire!" And they like run over and just go, "What happened?" As it's spreading, and they're totally buying it. So they're very invested in what's going on in the courtyard. What are you doing with? You know what? We'll say this is now going to move. So Charles, you've been locked out of this room now, or he's going to lock it right now. I will give you a chance as the door is shutting and he's about to lock it. Do you want to do anything right now, or wait a round or two to see what happens?
I mean, there's not really anything I could do at the moment.
Okay.
Aside from, like, stick my foot in the door, but I don't want to give it smash.
Sure.
So,
Okay. So with that, the door shuts, locks, and this individual kind of like stays back, and he's now looking at you as the other ones are getting Vern over to his cell.
I'm gonna move from. I don't want to just be standing, staring in the door. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so with that, Vern is locked in his cell. One guard's here, another guard's here. The clerk is being erratic over here.
Is this the same clerk that greeted us at the front, or is this the boss dude?
This is the boss dude.
Okay.
With that, Charles, you feel as the spotlight actually now gets directed towards you, and you watch as one of the guards kind of notioned at it and like pointed towards you. As the spotlight hits you, you feel this strange sensation. Like you feel very vulnerable right now with the spotlight shining on you. So with that, you said you wanted to kind of get away from the door.
Yeah.
You immediately feel like, oh, this sense of relief as the spotlight is not on you. Like you felt like just very, like almost naked when the
Can I
spotlight
go
was
for
on you.
Mazarin?
Yeah, you go towards Mazarin. Okay.
Hey,
Go ahead.
Mazarin. You got a way to get in that door?
Mazarin kind of chuckled and goes like, that was my way. I used all my stuff. The door was
you have-
open. That was my thing.
Maybe. Well, I did give him a lockpick, didn't I?
Yeah.
I start searching through my coat pockets, and I pull out my thieves' tools.
Okay.
I'm like, we gotta. The problem is the guy's staring right at the door. So I
Yeah, the
can't
door
really-
was open a second ago. It's closed. Like that window's gone. Right.
Okay, I understand. You're
So
not
we
listening
just-
to me.
Okay.
I don't have a plan after that. But if I wanted to pick the door open, I couldn't either way. They got a spotlight on it, and a
Right.
dude just sitting there.
Right. Yeah, I don't have anything either. So
And this is Luminar's plan?
this was all of our plan. The plan was I used the suggestion, get the door open. The door's open for a second, and the dude sucked. I don't know what to tell you. They didn't buy it. So
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm not mad at you. I'm just frustrated. I put the thieves' tools back, and then I start rolling a cigarette.
Okay.
I don't know what to do.
Yep. Okay. With that, we'll go to the outside people. Is there anything else you all want to do?
Good fire. Magic person, I assume that was you. Don't like you blaming it on me.
That was we should get help for the fire. We need more hands. People, the place is going to.
Luminora, as you say that, no one's listening to you. They're already like on it. Like someone's like, "Get water." We need a cleric over here. And like all their attention is on the fire. They've like pushed you towards the periphery, closer to this area here.
Oh,
Wait, where
I'm gonna
where
slide
are
in there.
where are we? Where's outside people? Where's Yed and Luminor at?
So you guys are gonna be out like this way.
What the
The
fuck?
courtyard's over here,
Okay.
and there's a locked door here.
Wasn't
To
it
the
planned
outside.
for criminal we put in prison to get him out, or was planned for us to get both of them out?
Distractions on both sides. Me in the middle. Outside distraction. Inside distraction. Chaos. Get the guy out.
Is that door to the out? That's to the outside.
That's gonna be the door to the outside. That is locked.
Okay.
The outside world? Like
The courtyard.
Luminora, what do you know? What's happened
Open
here
this door.
already?
Open this door.
Why?
Get in. Can you open this door? They are in there, and they are not close to Theo, and they are distracted right now. So maybe we get in there and help them out.
Yeah, we'll pull out a set of tools real quick and get to work on this door.
Okay.
That is, yeah. That's a 10.
10. As you begin working on this door, I mean, you are just like exhausted to a point where you feel like you can barely see straight, and you're working on it. It's slow and methodical work, and this takes time. So you are working on it. With that, let's see. Vern has now been locked up. The guards are now telling Mazarin and Charles, they're saying, all right, you two, don't move. We need to pull you aside for questioning. And they're now unlocking this door again, and they're coming in here to surround you. So are the two of you wishing to do anything at this point? Or are you just going to comply with the guards?
I mean, I guess I gotta comply. I can't. I definitely can't kill all 4 of them on my own.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm gonna comply.
All right. Mazarin relays this to the rest of the group.
Maybe we should go on the knock on door.
Okay.
Yep.
So they're surrounding you. We'll go back to the people on the outside. Are you guys doing anything else? You have time for like an action each.
I can go and knock on door.
What door?
The door to the where you are, because we're
There's-
outside this place, right?
There's a door
Mhm.
between where we are and where you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
There's
gonna
another
knock
door.
Yeah,
on it.
that's the door I'm gonna go knock on.
No, but you guys
Okay.
are in the courtyard, right?
No, no, no. We're
Yeah.
we're right outside this door.
I thought
Oh,
there was
we're outside
another
that door.
That's
Okay,
the
I see, I
door.
see.
No, that's the
You
door
guys
we're
are here. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Mazarin communicated to all of us on the outside, including
Mhm.
Luminora and me. That message
Well,
surprisingly reached Yeden, and he can respond.
Yeah.
Mazarin, I need you to tell me everything that's happening on the inside. Where's Fern? Where's everybody?
She'll just go, whoa. First time being inside your head. Weird. We should talk about this. This is very interesting. And she'll just spill all the beans very concisely.
And he continues working on this door.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a check here.
13.
13. You almost got it.
Okay.
Did Sal, were you knocking?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to explain how you do this, or do you want me to?
You go ahead and take this one.
Okay. So, Yeden, as you're working on this door, you watch as Sal walks over and says, perhaps I can help, and takes this little salve, holds out his hand, and just begins to pour the this potion over his knuckles. And as he does, you watch as this stream of glyphs begin to light up on the back of his palm and across his fingers. And as these glyphs light up, he just takes his fist and knocks on the door, sending these like echoes throughout with each one, as there's these arcane sparks that hit almost as though he's like just magically like pounding on this door. And with that third one, it just like shoots open, and one of the hinges even like completely breaks, and the door gets stuck into the wall on the other side of it as it's completely swung open and broken. And then he just kind of like shakes his hand off.
Well,
We start with that.
Is
Yeah,
that
alright.
good? Will this work?
Yep, that would have been nice earlier.
I forgot I have.
Yeden goes dashing in.
Okay. Okay, so with that, there's this large door. You're trying to swing open the door here.
No, Yeden goes. He goes to the right of the building, tracing along the wall to the outside.
Over here? Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
He's heading that way.
Give me an athletics check.
You said I feel rejuvenated. Can I interpret that as losing a point of exhaustion?
Yeah.
Okay, well then I have a 50-foot movement speed now.
You're fast little boy.
Wait, what? Wait, are you talking about because of a dash?
No. If
Your
my
base movement speed is 50?
if my movement speed is no longer, well, let's say 40. Let's say 40 for now.
Oh, got it. I mean, it could be 50. If I think, yeah, mechanically, if it's 50, it's 50. I just need to know the actual number. Still, give me an athletics check. There's no downside to this check.
No, 24. Oh no, yeah, 24.
Okay, so I'm gonna say you could be anywhere you want on this far wall here.
Can I get a little bit of X-ray vision? Actually, you know what? In the corner, right there, right where you have me is fine.
Here?
Yeah, right there. That's good.
Okay. So you all watch as, once again, there's this flash of inspiration with Eden, where as soon as that door opens, he just bolts and moves with a very uncanny speed, where for a brief period of time, there's almost this disconnect between his legs or his feet hitting the ground and the speed at which he's moving. Like almost as though he's running on one of those airport treadmills where the propulsion he's getting does not seem to quite match his movement. It's a little disorienting to look at. Okay. The rest of you are at the precipice of the door. You can hear the sounds of multiple guards kind of like shouting on the inside as it looks like things are somewhat escalating. So at this point, this is the situation that we're in. I'll give all of you a chance to act, and then we'll take turns and see if at any point this escalates into a combat situation, we'll roll initiative. So we can just go, everyone can take one action essentially in whatever order you want.
I guess I'll go first.
Okay.
Is anybody itching to go?
Not at the moment.
All right, yeah, I'll walk into the room.
Well, there's a door.
I will try and open the door.
Okay.
Plus, that should open cell.
So the door swings open. You see,
Kind of like
mul-
sheepishly, like
yeah.
peek
Well,
my head
as you kind of sheepishly open it, these guards here turn to look towards you, and they begin shouting at you to get back.
What
there
is
is there is a large fire, so we came over here.
Give me a persuasion check.
Oh God, give me one good roll today. 7. Man, I'm
7.
bad at lying.
Yeah. So they, I mean, you're not lying, but they
Yeah.
just don't seem interested in your overall demeanor. Like, it's just not affecting how high the tensions are in here. So he's going to come out here and push open the door. The door's now closed behind him, and he's shouting at you guys to get back.
what is problem? Everything okay inside? Prisoner Mick to jail?
Are you backing up, Sal, or not?
Kind of slowly, like one step at a time, I guess.
Okay. I need you to make an athletics check. That's contested with him. He's going to try to shove you prone.
Elderly abuse.
You know.
18.
18. You guys knew what kind of game we were playing. So you get shoved back about 5 feet. You don't lose your footing, but this guy like took the butt of his gun and like hit you in the chest and tried to knock you down. Like whatever's going on in the room, you get the sense he has no interest in what you're saying, and the more you're talking, he's getting more and more hostile as he's got his gun trained on you. And he right now, for him to be more calm, he needs you back and away from him.
So should have worn better cologne. Could have made friends easier.
Okay. Are you doing anything, Sal? Because otherwise, we've got
No, you
Maz
guys
is
go
going to
ahead.
go last. Okay. That
I'm
leaves
gonna
us.
Dash. I'm gonna put my crossbow away and put my hands up.
Okay. They're becoming a little less tense. This one's going to come over behind you. He's going to try to kick you like down on your knees and try to get you in shackles.
I'm gonna say, hey, we came here willingly. I'm not resisting. We don't need shackles. We can talk.
Give me. This is going to be the last persuasion check. This is going to be with disadvantage.
Two 18s, -3. That's a 15.
Nice. Best
Okay.
one so far.
You're going to roll against his insight. He has a +3. Can I roll this on D&D Beyond? I'm going to roll this on Mazarin's character, so I think you guys should be able to see this. So, +3 with proficiency, so it's +5.
Oh, come on.
So, on a 10 or better, he's going to continue the way he was going to continue.
Okay.
Love that.
I
So
didn't see
Charles,
it.
it was a natural 20.
God damn it.
Good roll. Almost. I mean, it just with things have been kind of gradually escalating this whole time.
Two 18s on disadvantage. Come on, man.
It's really good.
I'll say
God, 'cause-
sometimes it. I mean, I rolled a natural 1 on my insight check against the courtyard fire, so the dice giveth and they taketh away.
Sometimes
so,
your best is just not good enough.
Charles,
Sometimes.
there is a moment between you and Mazarin where, with the look she's giving you, she has this look of like, you two kind of had any advantage that you had has like slowly been slipping out of your fingertips to a point that is getting almost unsalvageable. And she's giving you this look of, is this about to pop off? Because you being in shackles is probably not a good idea. So you can give a look back and communicate whether or not you want her to pop off, because you're about to be shackled right now.
I just look to her and give her a smirk.
Okay. We'll come back. Charles, you have not taken your action yet. Mazarin, Sal have not taken their actions yet. Neri, do you want to do anything? You hear what's happening. Do you want to do anything right now?
Yeah. In all of the information that Mazarin gave to Yed and Eric, was the person who holds that big key ring part of that information?
Yeah, it's going to be the clerk.
Okay. Well, he doesn't necessarily know where. Oh, well, yeah, whatever. Yeden pushes his ear against this stone wall and is listening and is whispering to himself. Nope, stone wall that he was at. I know I heard you in there. I know I felt you. It's been a long time, hasn't it? And as his head is faced against this wall, he takes a deep breath and exhales and slowly pushes into it. And phases through the wall, and I'm gonna immediately try to hide in the shadow, look around, make sure there's no one around me.
Yeah, give me a stealth check.
17.
Okay, yeah. You are unseen.
18, if it makes a difference.
Yeah.
What?
Okay.
Wait, did you phase through the wall?
I know.
Or did you push
You
the
got-
wall open?
You guys
Wait,
do
we're
not
not
know.
even there.
You're not there.
Okay,
my
nobody in this room. So he spends the 15 feet to run to the other room. And um, Theodore, I know he's in the center jail cell, right?
Yeah, so you're gonna make it into here?
Yes.
Okay. So Vern is in this room.
And Vern will just hear whether I don't know if he hears me coming, but Yedin will creep up behind him to his shackled hands and begin working on lockpicking them.
Okay. You haven't used your action yet, so
Yeah,
you
I'll
can
use
either
my
fast
action.
hands. Well, you can bonus action this too. right?
I'm not a thief. No.
Oh, that's not a rogue thing. Got it. I thought it was a rogue thing. Okay. Sure. Action. Give me a check.
And he'll just whisper to him.
Actually-
ooh, yes, I like that roll. Don't die. It was a good roll. Don't take it away from
Yeah,
me.
go ahead. Yeah.
22.
Okay. Got it. I'm getting rid of this d6. Throw it in the water. Okay. Okay. 22. Yep. You just. He doesn't hear you. His shackles just drop, and he looks behind you, just going, "What the hell? Don't do that."
If there's,
Thank you.
If there's a time to escape, it's right now. Things are happening.
Yes. May I have?
What?
Holding his hands out towards your thieves' tools.
No, pull the one up from your throat.
It takes time.
So fucking... I'm gonna kill you if I don't get this back. And he hands the whole thing to him.
He smiles. He's going to start working on his door here. What are you doing at this time? You have about 15 feet of movement and a bonus action.
Okay, can we say he nary saved one lockpick? The one that he used to unshackle Vern? Right, because it's probably more than one in a use kit. He already gave one up.
Roll a d6. You got to get above a 2.
4.
You have 2 more left.
Okay. He'll press himself up to the corner of this cell behind that little pillar, and that's all that he can do.
Okay. All right. That brings us. Sal, are you going to move before Mazarin and Charles do their thing?
Yeah, I'm gonna slowly just keep moving backwards in a non-threatening manner. Let this guy. We have this guy's attention. That's pretty much all we can do, from what I can see.
Okay.
So I will. If yeah, I've got some stuff ready if all goes bad. But for now, just hands up. Call this guy an asshole for pushing an old man.
Okay. With that, Mazarin is going to look towards you, Charles, and in your head, you just hear, "Catch." You watch as the handgun that's being pushed against your back flies out of the guy's hand, up over your head, and is about to fall about 10 feet in front of you. I'd like you to make an unskilled dexterity check to see if you can catch his handgun.
Nice. 15.
15. Okay. That's enough to you rush over, catch it, whip it around. You are armed again with however many bullets is in this thing.
Thank you. Jesus.
And I'd like everyone to roll initiative.
That was not what I was expecting.
All right. And one more. Oof, terrible. Okay. Who got a 15 and up?
15.
15 and below.
14.
13.
8.
Sal and. Oof.
I got a 13.
Okay. Yep, got you. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 8. God, I love low levels. All right. Top of the round, blunderbuss guy. Funnily enough, doesn't know that Chit just went hostile, so he's not doing anything right now. That brings us to Charles.
I'm going to.
I will say, 1, 2, 3, 4. These two, for whatever reason, they are like lit up and super easy to hit right now. So you have an advantage on anyone. So basically,
in the
anyone
light.
illuminated by the spotlight is under essentially like a fairy fire effect.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot the guy with the gun. Still.
Okay.
That is 16.
Okay, that hits.
I'm also gonna use my adept marksman dazing shot.
So for this weapon, it's a standard pistol.
Okay.
It's a 1d10.
1d10. Okay. Plus 4 or whatever.
It's your whatever your.
It's my. It's
yeah.
it's like my pistol.
Yeah. I will say these have 4. You're familiar with these. These are a little bit cheaper, a little less reliable. It's got a misfire score of 3, and it's got 5 rounds in the chamber.
Okay.
And for what it is worth, it looks like one of those like World War II like Luger pistols, not like your revolver.
Okay. He's gotta make a con save. He takes 10 damage.
Okay, con save. Fail.
He has disadvantage on attacks until the end of their next turn.
Okay. Got it.
That's about all I can do at the moment.
Okay. Disadvantage. That brings us to him. He's gonna rush out of the spotlight here and take a shot at you, Charles. That's a natural 20. That's 17 points of piercing damage. As you get winged in the shoulder, you just got shot at like a 10-foot range. And then he's gonna roll back over here and just shout out, "Kill them both!" That is gonna bring us to Sal and Neri.
Go ahead, Sal. Unless you're not ready or there, I suppose I'll go. Yeah, okay, I'll go. Neri takes a deep breath and can I see the what I'm working with here? What I can see through this grate.
Oh god, what the fuck?
What happened?
I don't know. What's going on? There you go. So you are here. You can see through the grate. Theo's here, as you can see.
Okay, there's only one dude with this flashlight. And
No, it is a spotlight.
This is. You don't know what this is. It looks like some kind of object.
okay, but there's only one guy in here with an object pointed at the door.
There's no one in here.
Oh, that's not even a person. That
No, this is like some kind of. It's just an object. You don't know what it is.
looks like a Moo from League of Legends, so I can't. Sorry.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay. Neri looks over at Vern and says, "I'm gonna trust you to get open that door, and when you do, I'm also gonna trust you to kill any guard you see."
He just smiles and nods.
And then he just pushes through the grate, the parts of the grate that hit his body. Just his body like turns blue and ghostly, and he passes right through it.
Okay.
I'm still stealthing. I can make another stealth check, but I'm still trying to be sneaky.
Okay. Where are you going?
Straight into the room with Vern.
With Theo.
I'm sorry, yeah, Theo.
Okay.
They need an incorporeal, but I don't like that
Incorporeal?
word. Incorporeal button, yeah.
What are you doing while you're in here?
As Neri comes into the room, his body sort of rematerializes, and he runs over to Theo and says, "Congratulations, you're part of your first prison break. I hope it's exciting."
Theo looks up. You watch as one of his eyes is like completely like covered in blood.
Yeah, we'll deal with that later. He goes to begin, uses his action to start picking his shackles. If he's in any, is he in any shackles?
He's not in any shackles.
Okay, then he's picking the door. He's trying to open this door.
Okay. Door's over here. Theo, I'm going to say, is going to give you a guidance. So you can add a D4 to this roll.
I like that. 22.
Okay. You hear across the way, "Show off," as Vern shouts at you. You pick the door. Theo's with you. I will say this feral mind flayer is now scratching up against the door, and it has joined initiative.
Bonus action. Neri will just turn straight around. Tell Theo to wait. The door's open, but it's not like open, you know? He'll tell him, wait here until everything's safe to pass. And then he'll turn around and run straight in between all three of these creatures, dashing. And
Okay.
then pass right through the doors.
You're going out through here?
Yeah. I mean, fucking, that's just a light. Yeah.
Yeah. For what it's worth, when you look at this thing, it almost looks like that, like new Star Wars robot, where it's like a trash can with like a little like gyroscopic ball at the bottom of it. Like it looks like it can be mobilized.
No, BB-8.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But upside down?
Yeah, whatever. I mean, it's just a light, right, guys? I'm going straight up to this door. Yeah.
Okay,
No.
you're going inside?
No. Wait, that door's open?
Yeah.
It's open, yeah.
Oh. No, to the wall, just to the wall, to the right, to the right.
To the right.
Then much.
Okay. Okay. All right. That brings us to Sal. Are you there? If not, I'm skipping you.
Yeah, I'm here. What's up?
Your turn.
Okay.
You and Luminora.
So-
Gunshots are going off. This guy is now aiming his gun at you.
I'm guessing I would think that he would have looked back when he heard the gunshot behind him, correct?
No, because he knows the door is closed.
Okay, damn it.
Good fishing.
Okay, I'm one minute. I'm searching through my coat looking for. I have a note for you. And I reach in one of my inner pockets and I throw. I guess we can call it pocket stand, but it's going to be. I need a con save.
11.
He's blind. I cast blindness or deafness with this black powder I threw in his face.
Look at that.
And then I run hard to his left because I know he's going to shoot.
Okay.
I wanna run and
are
try
you,
to
are you
get
going for the
around-
door?
I want to run wide around him and go for getting behind him if I can.
Okay.
At this point, I'm just technically trying not to get shot.
I mean, I'll say this: as you pocket sand him,
Yeah.
he just goes, "Ah, fuck!" and the gun goes off, and he shoots it like up in the, like instinctively squeezes the trigger and like shoots it up in the air as he like falls back, clawing at his eyes. So he's blind right now.
Okay. I'm going to. Yeah, I'll try to open the door then. Go around
Okay.
him and try to open the
So you
door, but I
can-
want
you
to
can
stay
blast-
out of his. Yeah.
You blast through the door and you see this ungodly sight. There's two dudes with their guns pointed at Charles. This guy
One
is
dude
going to
with
be
a gun.
running at. True, one dude with a gun pointed at Charles. This guy does not have a gun. And then the other one has blades that he's brandishing, that he's aiming to go for Charles as well.
So I'd open it, go, oh shit, and close the door.
Okay, you open it and then peek around back this way. Okay.
I'm
Okay.
just trying to stay out of harm's way at this point.
Luminora, you're up.
All right. I think I'm gonna run past the blind guy too.
Okay. You could say as it opened, you can run in here if you want.
Yeah, I think I want to get behind the guy with the daggers.
Okay.
Poke him.
I will say you notice very clearly that there is an effect on him where he's going to be essentially under a fairy fire spell as the spotlight is shining on him. And as you enter, you feel that same vulnerability hit yourself.
Ooh. Do I know where I would not be in it?
Yeah,
Or do
I mean, you
just-
can tell it's shooting through this door.
Oh, okay. I'll move a little more to the left.
You probably, to avoid it, you probably want to be over here.
Oh, okay. No, I want to stab this guy first.
Okay, so yeah, you can't really do that without getting in the spotlight,
Yeah,
but
yeah. Get me in there. Get me in there, boss.
so you have advantage.
I will start off by going to Blade Trance, draw my sword. He needs a strength saving throw.
Oh yeah. 13.
I actually don't know what the save is.
It'll be your spell save DC.
Oh, sweet, thank you. No, that doesn't.
Okay.
And then so be pushed a little further, 5 feet, and then I will attack him after that.
Okay. So we'll say you can actually push him 5 feet this way,
Yes. Perfect.
and then he'll be in a spot where you can be out of the spotlight while you're attacking him.
Okay.
So you all watch as Luminora rushes forward. As she pulls Echo Brand from the sheath, there's this moment where it's kind of like in like an anime when a katana's pulled, where like the first pull just shows like an inch of the blade, and when that happens, there's this shock wave that shoots out, and this dude from behind just almost falls flat on his face as he's pushed forward, and then Luminora is behind him with the unsheathed blade.
And I will attack with a booming blade swipe. Wait, actually, one second. Yeah. That is a 12.
12, unfortunately, does not hit. As you thrust him
Oh, wait.
forward, he
Sorry,
whips.
advantage. One second.
You do have advantage.
Okay. Come on. There we go. 25.
Okay. So he whips around and parries the first strike, but you planned this, and you basically go with the parry to a counterattack, and then just slash across the front of his chest as the booming blade effect goes off. Go ahead and roll damage.
9.
9 points of damage. Okay. That is going to be... All right. Any movement after that?
No.
Okay, and then don't forget about your Vex effect. Regardless of any spotlight, you have advantage on him until the end of your next round. That is going to bring us to this one here. He's going to rush you, Vern. Or not you, you're not named Vern, but he's going to rush you, Charles, and attempt to grapple you to try to get your gun.
Okay.
His gun.
Well.
I
Possession is
need-
9/10 law.
I need an acrobatics or athletics check.
You got it, bud. How does 20 suit you? Unnatural.
I feel nothing about it. He doesn't like it because it beat his check. So as you go for the gun, he's still in your space, but you essentially hold out your elbow and you've got him in like a hip, like a John Wick hip fire kind of move, where like your gun is now pointed right at him, right at your hip, as you're like holding him back. Okay, that was his whole action. That's going to bring us to our clerk here, as he... Oh, sorry, Vern first. Action. He is working on the door. Doesn't quite make it.
Some
That
criminal
brings
he
us to
is.
our clerk, who's just going to shout, "Everyone, we're all on the same side here. Please lower your weapons." That's his whole action. That brings us
bitch.
to...
Does anybody lower their weapon?
Nope. That brings us to...
Hell nah.
Who didn't go yet? Oh, Blade Guy. He is going to whip around and take 2 attacks on Luminor.
Blades.
12
Does not hit.
and lower. So he takes 2 wild swings, and you pretty adeptly parry twice. That is going to bring us to Mazarin. She...
Is she first in initiative? Or last?
She's
in
last. She's very last in initiative. God, what does she do? Luminor looks like she's doing just fine. Some of the booming blade. Okay, she's gonna start with a telekinetic fling at the one that Charles is in 5 feet of. There's going to be like a pen at the desk on the side of the room, and you watch as this guy is like grabbing at your gun. There's this shattering glass as a pen with the holder that it was in just lifts up in the air. He quickly turns, and on a natural 20, why is this so much damage? Oh, because it auto calculates a natural 20. He turns, and a pen just shoots into his eye, and he starts screaming. So that's 11 points of force damage. She is then going to, and I'll say with that, he is blinded for a round. She's going to use a telekinetic fling. To launch him into this dude.
Nice.
And they kind of clatter together. We'll go strength saving throw.
Make him kiss.
10 for him.
Make
He
him
gets
kiss.
knocked prone. He did fine, but he's now stepping on his friend.
Hate when that happens.
That brings
Worst.
us to top of the round.
Wait, the one with the gun that's on the ground, or the one without the gun that's on the ground?
With the gun is on the ground. The blinded guy got a natural 20 on his save, so he's like stepping on his friend's neck as he's leaning against the wall, holding his eye, not knowing what's happening. This guy, blindness. When do I get to unblind myself?
I think it lasts. Let me take a look here. Hold on. At the end of each of its turns, the target repeats the saving throw, ending it on itself. So at the end of its turn.
Well, he's going to spend an action to load his blunderbuss as he's just yelling out in the opposite direction of you. I'm going to kill you, old man.
And I'm trying to keep myself quiet, even though I'm terrified right now. Like,
Okay, so with that, he just like loads his gun, wipes his eyes, and turns around and just looks at you.
oh, his eyes are like he's like bleeding from his eyes right now.
Yeah, he looks pissed, but he can see you.
Oh, oh, oops. My mistake
All right.
was not papers.
That brings us to Charles.
Charles is going to. Shit. I'm gonna shoot the guy that's not on the ground, I guess.
Okay.
Wait, but he doesn't have a gun. Can I move over and put my pistol on this guy on the ground?
Yeah.
Do I have a disadvantage because he's on the ground?
I mean, with your sharpshooter, you don't have disadvantage. I'll tell you this: for the rest of this campaign, with your sharpshooter feat, we'll essentially say that when you're within 5 feet of an enemy, you can use your pistol as though it's a melee weapon when you're firing it. So you get all the same advantages and disadvantages.
Okay.
So if someone's prone on the ground and you shove your pistol into them, like you have advantage on it.
Okay, then I'm gonna fucking shoot the guy with a gun.
Okay.
That's 23.
That hits.
Oh, nice. 14.
14 points of damage.
And then I am gonna move back to the other side of the spotlight.
Okay, you have now almost completely evenly spread out damage between all your enemies here. Perfect. No one is untouched.
Well, the clerk's
Uh,
untouched.
The clerk is untouched.
That one last
Clerk-
one.
The guy screaming in a corner.
Yeah. Okay. With that, you said you're gonna move back to a corner?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, just the other side of the light.
Okay. All right, that brings us to this guy, this guy who's on the ground. He's going to make a contested athletics check against the blind guy, because the blind guy can't. Okay. So he's going to throw him off of him. He's going to land prone.
Goodness
And he's
gracious.
going to use half his movement to get up.
Three Stooges over here?
I mean, he had a blinded ally stepping on him, so he had to throw him off with his action. Get back up. He's got half his movement speed. He is going to rush behind the clerk, who he can tell at this point is not acting correctly, and he's going to try to get cover behind him as he's holding his gun out.
How
Ready
many
to
quarters
fire.
of cover is it?
3/4.
Uh-oh.
Depends on how big he is.
Not enough.
He's extra chubby.
Not enough cover from these guys.
What is with this happy music that you've got?
I don't know what's going on with that. I'm
No, I love it.
deleting that
It's great.
one. Yeah. All right. That brings us to Sal and Neri. No, let me start with Sal, so we don't have to exit this scene.
Okay. Shit. Look. Sorry. And I grab in another pocket, and looks like you could use some sleep. And I throw more powder in his face. And I'm gonna use my last spell to cast sleep. So I have to roll
Dangerous move.
Yeah.
5d8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 digital dice. 17.
Very good.
So as you throw the sleep powder on him,
Sal is now a Pokemon.
yeah, he looks at you, and you watch as he takes the gun and like unjams it and just like lowers it at you, ready to fire.
Uh-oh.
These guys are pretty hardy. You get this as a 17 was nowhere near enough.
Oh,
Damn.
I just have my hands up, and I.
four.
Uh-oh. I'm gonna run out the door that we came in.
Oh my god, Sal.
That is a long run.
Okay. Fuck it. I'll just put my hands up.
Okay. You put your hands up. Okay. That brings us
Yep.
to Neri.
Yeah, back by the wall.
Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Okay, here you are.
He can hear the fighting on the other side of this thing. He has
Yeah,
the
big time.
positional information that Mazarin gave him. So he moves a step to his right and steps through this wall, expecting to see the clerk, see somebody that's armed in front of him,
Mhm.
and makes an attack with his dagger against this guy. Can I get advantage? Because I'm being... I mean, who expects someone coming from the wall?
I'm absolutely going to give you advantage, as this is what pops out of the other side of this wall.
Oh,
Jesus.
Okay, well, that's not too great. 15.
15 is his AC.
Okay. That is 12 points of damage. Oh, and I can actually attack again. 12 points as he comes out of the wall, makes a wild slash against this dude's back, and then second dagger strike is 19.
Hits.
That's only 5 points of damage.
Now, do we deal with any secondary effects from your sneak attack here?
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
Okay. Where does that happen?
That would happen. God damn it. God damn it.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I couldn't change. It wouldn't let me change back, so I had to close it and
No.
reopen it.
It's fine. I clicked a bunch of shit I shouldn't have. Out of the flickering shadows from this torch that's above this guy, there's just a hand that pops up and makes a quick strike against the prone guard for
Yeah.
6 points of damage.
So you all watch as the flickering shadows cast from this light, somehow an appendage like seeps out of it, and from the ground you watch as almost something reaches up and almost begins to pull this guy down, and he just starts screaming, and you watch as his entire coat just begins to gently get soaked with blood as he's just screaming to nothing on the ground.
And Neri says, he says nothing. Bonus action disengage, goes through the wall again. Back to where he was.
Great. So slips back through the wall.
Yep.
All right. That brings us to Luminora.
I will keep poking, I believe. Yeah. Is the
Okay.
guy on the floor within 5 feet of the guy I'm attacking? What is that further?
He's a little further. Actually, yeah, no, he'd be within 5 feet, I'll say.
Okay. We're on a green flame blade this time.
Okay.
That is a 19 to hit.
19 hits.
Nice.
Uh, 11 damage, and then 4 damage to the guy on the floor.
Okay. So this, you watch as Luminora parries a strike, goes like perfectly into a counterattack. Like, it looks like her and this guard choreographed this fight for hours before this happened, because it looks like a dance. And as she blocks his last strike, she spins around, and her whole body for a second is almost engulfed in flames that just manifest at the tip of the blade. And as she strikes across his chest, just like completely piercing him in the shoulder, you watch as there's an echo of the same movement that shoots out the back of him, and you watch as this flare copy of Luminora makes the same spinning motion and then pierces the guy on the ground as he gets burned in flames as he's bleeding from whatever just happened from the shadows. All right, any movement?
No.
Okay.
Stay where I am.
That's going to bring us to our friend with the blade here and our unarmed friend here. So he's gonna, he has, that's right, he got thrown, okay. So he is going to get up, oh God, he has no weapon. He's gonna once again run for Charles's gun, make another grapple check. Okay, that's a 13.
That's a 16.
Okay. Once again, keeping him at an arm's reach, hip fire position. He is going to attempt to make it out of this spotlight and take 2 swipes at you. Oh, here we go. 21 to hit.
It does. I'm gonna cast shield.
So what does it look like when Luminora shields this?
She is actually going to. It looks like she's trying to block it with her spell book, and then a small, like, almost pinpoint, like she knew exactly where the strike was going to hit. Circular magical shield appears right in front of her spellbook, and it blocks that.
Okay. So as his blade is coming down, this tiny little point of space, you just block it with the spellbook itself, sending him recoiling back. He's getting quite frustrated. That's going to bring us to Vern. Okay. He's going to bust out of this.
Nice.
5, 10, 15, 20. He is going to bonus action dash, well, 5, 10, 15, moving the spotlight in and pointing it at this side of the room here.
Nice.
That's action, bonus action, movement. That brings us to Mazarin. Let's do something interesting. She's going to just telekinetic fling against the one with the gun. Actually, no, she's going to... She'll mind sliver him.
Which who?
Yeah, so the guy with the gun over here, you watch as he just like turns towards Mazrim and just starts screaming as blood begins soaking out of his ears. And then he'll take a penalty to his next saving throw.
Good lord.
1 point of psychic damage. Get beat up on. Okay. Top of the round. Blunderduss, dude. Sal, are you here? If so, you have a chance to make a persuasion check.
Yeah, I have my hands up.
Yep.
I was gonna say I wanted to fake a heart attack. Figure that's plausible.
Is there a
Okay,
spell
sure.
for
Now
that?
do a performance check at disadvantage.
Okay. I'm gonna roll an actual dice through this one, hoping that it will help.
I'll say the DC for this is going to be 11.
Okay. Cup holder. Let's see if that works. Natural 20 and a natural 16. Oh, I put my hands up and then immediately grab my left arm. I think is the right one. As he looks curiously on his, like has a curious look on his face, like, oh, I am dying. He leans against the wall and slowly slinks down to his sitting position.
Okay. He's going to leave you. Rush in here. 5, 10, 15, 20. He's going to aim his blunderbuss towards 1, 2, 3. This group here.
Even his butt?
And I need everyone here to make a dexterity saving throw.
Love it.
Just the three of them?
Yep.
Cool.
16.
Uh, 16 for you.
Mhm.
Okay. The other two I control. Okay. All right. Okay. So this guy here takes 2 points of piercing damage as he just like kicks the door open, like holds this blunderbuss. The two of you kind of duck out of the way, and he just goes, "Oh fuck!" and just takes 2 points of damage. All right, that brings us to where are we? Charles.
It is I. I'm gonna fucking shoot this dude right in front of me. Because he's pissing me off.
Right?
23.
23 hits.
Oh, nice. 13 points of damage.
13 points of damage. Okay. Okay. Okay, he's moderately hurt. So as he's rushing towards you, you just hit fire, and then you watch as there's a just shot that is out the back of him. If I'm counting correctly, you have 2 more rounds left. That brings us to this guy's go. He's gonna behind here take a shot at you, Charles. 15 to hit.
That is my AC.
8 points of piercing damage. Okay. That brings us to Sal and Neri.
If you don't mind, I'll take the first move on this one. I'm gonna crawl in there. Is he about 15 feet away from me?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna crawl in on my hands and knees and lube my hands up and give his ankle a shocking grasp.
Okay. All right. Make your attack.
All right. 21 to hit.
That hits.
All right. So it'd be 8. He makes 7 points of lightning damage. And cannot take opportunity attacks.
Okay.
I'm going to tell everybody to run. So I'm getting up. I'm going to stand up and start backing away.
Fuck no, we're killing.
Yeah, man.
That's about all the movement you got. If you
Yep.
crawled
Yep.
in there, yeah.
Yeah,
Actually, you know what? I won't penalize you for that.
I
I'll
only
say
have
that you,
30 feet of move. I only have 30
I'll say,
feet of
yeah,
movement.
you get
total,
up and then
so-
run around here. Okay.
Okay.
So. All right. That brings us to Neri.
He
Okay.
Neri jumps through. He takes a couple steps to where he nope. He takes a couple steps to the right, to where he thought the wall of the room in front of him ended. Let's see, 5, 10. Bonus action dashes. 15, 20, 25, 30. Jumps through the wall again where he thought the guy was prone.
Okay, so you went through 2 walls. You pop out over here.
Sees he's
No
no
one's
longer
here.
there, and then runs across the room to the person, almost floats across the room to the person fighting Charles,
Okay.
and then makes two stabs like in his lower back.
You would feel extremely vulnerable in the spotlight.
That's fine.
Okay.
He'll stay in it. That is 16 and 21.
Both hit. Oh, you know what? The 16, he's actually going to reaction parry.
Okay.
The unarmed guy?
You know, fair enough. He doesn't have anything to parry it with.
That is 11, that's 15 points of damage for the first strike. And 4. Do I get to add my? I don't think I get to add anything. 4 points of damage for the second strike.
Okay, that second strike brings him 2 points over. Do you want to do this or do you want me to?
I'll do it. Neri sees his target he was going for wasn't there, and then glides across the ground and doesn't stop moving as he stabs a first dagger into this guy's like kidney, and then runs through and just rakes it across. And right before he passes him, he gives him a quick little shank in the front to finish it, and passes through Charles, runs straight through him into the wall on the other
Ugh.
side.
Oh my
Charles,
god!
you feel this like immediate like cold chill as he just runs through your body, and then you've got this weird. I don't know if you have like recall what it feels to have like a cold sweat, but then you're very aware of you sweating in the heat with your jacket of all this, but you still feel that shiver. And you just feel completely chilled to the bone as this dude just looks at you and falls dead as his spinal cord has just been severed. Okay. That's Nere's go. That brings us to Luminora.
Terrible. She is like kind of in the zone fighting this guy. Like first person who's actually had any semblance of like a normal fighting style, and so she's very excited. Almost happy to just wait
Yeah.
on this dude.
Enjoying it a little bit too much.
Yeah. That is only a 12. Wait, no.
You have advantage.
Oh shoot, thank you, I forgot. I gotta remember. And still a 13.
Okay. So with that, you take a swipe at him, and he uses the two blades to like cross and catch your blade just barely, and he's just keeping you at bay with that. Anything else with bonus action or movement?
You know, I am going to cast Shadow Blade as a bonus action.
Okay.
So, Shadow Blade in the other hand now.
Okay. With that, the book just like propels off your hand, and with that second offhand, you're now holding a Shadow Blade as the book is just kind of orbiting around you. That is going to bring us to this guy. He is going to take 2 swipes at you. Natural 20. And terrible. For the natural 20, you're going to take 13 points of piercing damage. As he is holding the blade towards you, he kind of begins pushing you towards your back foot. And as you're caught in this, as you're kind of locked in this situation, he drops one of the blades and ducks down, allowing your sword to pass over his head, catches it, and then just quickly strikes you in the side, like in the flank, as you get stabbed. And then he's going to square up with you, and that is going to bring us to. Let's see, Vern. He's gonna push this thing in here and just shine it on these guys. He's going to rush over here and make an attack with the dagger that he just pulls out of his beard. And he's going to turn that into a grapple. And he's got sneak attack because of the lantern. Okay, so that's going to be 15 points of damage against him. Okay, this guy's extremely hurt as he's now stabbed him in the neck and just like starting to slam him against the wall. With no intervention, Vern's probably going to kill this guy next round. That brings us to Maz. Luminor just got stabbed. She's gonna throw a desk at this guy.
Holy shit.
Yeah, as you do.
So, Luminora, as you're facing down this guy, he just kind of stabbed you, and then kind of kicks away from you and looks at the blood on his blade after finally hitting you, and looks back up at you, and then just leans in and just with poison on his breath just says, "You know, they say never cross blades with a woman of Cathari, because that woman will never." And he just gets nailed by a fucking desk. Okay. Wow. Okay. Yeah. It's 18 points of bludgeoning damage,
my
and he is
Holy
he's he's knocked out cold. He's not dead, but he's unconscious. Okay, that brings us to top of the round, Mr. Blunderbuss.
Get your food, dog.
10, 15, 20. Turn over here. Look at you, Sal, and begin reloading his blunderbuss.
Oh, so sorry. Didn't actually have a heart attack.
That brings us to Charles.
Charles,
I figure whenever he finds me, I have my hands up again immediately.
Charles is gonna go over to the guy that's been shooting at him this whole time, and as he's grappled, just put the gun to his head and pull the trigger.
Okay.
That is 25.
Yeah. So as you walk over to this guy, Vern is like slamming him against the wall. Vern sees you coming, grabs the hood of his head, like pulls it over his head completely, grabs like with his huge orcish hand grounds the top of his head, and perfectly just like seats him up against the wall so that you just have like the easiest access here. And you just put the gun to his head and fire, and then he drops him.
Can I pick up the gun that he drew at?
You can. Yep.
Cool.
Okay, with that, Theo has run over here, you realize. And we'll say for the sake of this, we can be out of initiative, because there's just one dude left who's pretty much fucked at this point. So we can kind of just go, what are you guys all doing now?
I want to search both of the bodies for more ammunition.
Okay.
Very important.
I'd like to yell for help.
Oh, what? No.
I mean, the guy's got a gun trained on Sal, so.
Help!
Oh. Okay. Yeah, fair enough.
Okay. What are the rest of you doing?
There's what? So there's person attacking Sal, and there's two people, a guard and a clerk in this room.
This guy's dead. The clerk is left, and he's just like, he continues to be like, "Oh no, the dangerous prisoner's loose and killing everybody."
Yeah, Neri kills him.
Oh wait, no, I want to question him.
Then Neri kills
Yeah.
him.
There's going up to kill him.
Okay. Yeah.
On a one hit, maybe.
I mean, he's a civilian and not necessarily a combatant, so I'll say yeah. You just kind of come up behind him and just slit his throat, and he falls down. The suggestion spell ends, and he just like is holding his bleeding throat like with an accusatory point at all of you as he's just like pointing at you. Okay. Vern is going to spit on his corpse and walk away.
Don't go too
Let's
far.
see.
now.
Luminora, anything?
I'll go finish off the guy who was slammed with the desk since we're finishing off what we started.
Okay,
Nice.
no witnesses. I like it.
Yeah.
No witnesses.
Easy enough.
Finish the quote for him. Something like,
Yeah.
"Asked her to sign your will in blood."
Yeah.
What's his story?
Hearing Sal's cry for help, Theo's going to guiding bolt this guy, who is just going to explode. And as the radiant energy just begins to burn his body away into a crisp, he gets his final last shot off in the air. As you begin to hear a lot of commotion from outside. So you get the sense that people are going to start descending on this area pretty quickly. Charles, give me an investigation check to see how much ammunition you can ascertain. The DC is going to
15.
be, okay. I was going to say the DC is going to be 5 with an incremental +5. So 5, 10, 15. Okay, go ahead and roll 3d6.
Oh. Trace D6s. 2, 1, 6, 9.
Okay, you find 9 bullets.
Do these work in my?
They do.
Does that include the ones that are in the clips?
It does. So that's 9 plus another 4. So you can have a total of 14.
Nice. I load my revolver with 6
Okay.
of them.
I look around, hearing kind of the gunshots outside and the commotion. I think it is best if we all head out of here with some sense of urgency.
And with that, you hear Vern just say, "You've got that right. You need to get your boy to a healer, quick." And with that, Theo just looks at you all and like nods with this sense of urgency.
All right,
Skedaddle.
let's get out of it. Skedaddle.
Get out of this jail.
Okay.
Is Vern coming with us?
Yeah, he's got questions to answer.
Yeah, I just want to make sure he's not slinking off in the
Oh.
dark.
Yeah, Neri pops up next to Vern. Not super threateningly, but he's got his dagger out looking at him, like pointing to follow the group.
Super threatening.
You know, he doesn't have a dagger to his throat. but
Looks like this.
he doesn't currently.
Yeah, he doesn't. Okay. So with that, you all begin making your way out. He just says, "First order of business, you should get your friend to a healer, quick."
Do you know of a good one?
He just looks over all you, and Theo says, I know someone. I need to get to Vellum Heights."
Perfect.
All
That
right.
is where
To the heights.
Marion is.
Okay.
Or was.
We'll say you know where to go. You can make a quick jaunt to the heights. You kind of have to duck in an alleyway here or there.
Updating my map as we're going.
Okay.
Do you have
Ideally,
Can
with
I-
how quickly you're moving, you probably are not going to be able to be doing that, but you can
Okay.
mentally update your map. As soon as you get to the precipice of the heights, you watch as Marion Virel is going to meet you and kind of hold Theo over the shoulder and usher him into the temple. And it seems like you may have made it in time and save Theo Calvers from the position that you may have put him in.
One of us.
So,
Whoa.
with that, you have a brief moment, and at this point, Vern looks over at you, Charles, and says, "That was nice shooting in there.
Nice.
I like the trick where the gun falls out of the guy's hand, you catch it, and bang, bang. Did you practice that?"
No, actually, that was mostly Mazrin. I just kind of, took the
Improvise.
Yeah.
Good play. You should name it. Say, can I bum one of those cigarettes off you?
Oh, I've been waiting for someone to ask, and I give him a cigarette, and I pull one that I've rolled out as well. Light us both up.
He
Touch
nods and just says,
butts.
No,
uh,
I assume I have
With
some kind of
that-
Zippo lighter type deal.
yeah, we'll say you got a Zippo.
Magic
With
Nice.
that, he says, perhaps we can find some place comfortable and I'll make good on my deal. We can talk.
All right, Mazrin, Yedin, Luminar. Saul, I guess. Time to talk.
Okay. So with that, you all head towards the actual large mesa of Vellum Heights. And you make it in one of these kind of larger courtyards. It's got this beautiful, looks like maybe an oak tree out in the middle of these, pale marches here. You see a couple kids running around playing. There's like open well water. You guys can rest, lick your wounds. At some point, some people that you do not know at all begin slowly hoisting out these trays of food for you all. It's like these, it's kind of got like a Mediterranean kind of feel, like these very hot, like pitas with essentially like this, some kind of bean paste that'd be like a spiced hummus, and then some roasted meats as well. Vern
we taking
very
a-
much.
A short rest or a long rest here?
It's up to you guys. We can say you could start with a short rest, and this may very well turn into a long rest as you feel that you're in a pretty safe place. And you've kind of been running around for quite a while, so I imagine you're all pretty exhausted here.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, you're a little exhausted, aren't you? Yeah.
I have to say,
You
And
look
that guy's
surprisingly strong.
tired.
I have worked with many different groups. Yours is by far most chaotic. So having
Thank
said that, I am re-looking over what potions I should have ready, and I'm wondering if I should invest in fire potions, fire, explosives. And
Wouldn't
I
be a
was
bad idea.
wondering what your thoughts on that were. I can make bomb, but am not well practiced in this. What do you think?
M- Mazarin just goes, I'll take some bombs.
Okay, some might be difficult to do, but I can make a bomb to see how well it works.
Sure. What if you just keep the bomb on you? Like on
Happy.
like a pouch that I can see? And
What if
how fun would
man
that
with-
be?
What
I
if
could
man
just
with big
whip it off
gun
you.
like last time shoot me and hit bomb and no more Saul? This does
She-
not
she-
sound like good idea.
She rolls her eyes and just says, hey, I mean, what are the odds that it's going to hit you right on the bomb spot? That's what, like 5% of your overall surface area if they're facing that direction. If you look at
Why
your
don't-
total body surface area, that's like 1%. That's like
Why
one out
don't
of
you
100.
carry bomb?
Well, because I have other options. But,
We will see.
if you carry the bomb, I can protect you from a different line of sight. Think about it. That could be cool.
So yes, I should invest in make bomb.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
you should make as many bombs as possible and have a belt that you hold them all in, that you carry.
I don't
Bomb
like the
bell.
way you think.
I think it's
I
great.
will look into.
Now, what's up with
Ah.
them worms you got, buddy?
I
Not
want to
you,
look into.
Sal.
Oh,
Not
okay.
your
Okay.
worms. The guy that's transporting the worms.
Yeah. Vern takes a long drag off his cigarette as he's had now like his second basket of bread and roasted meats. He goes, "Ugh. uh, yes, a deal's a deal. And I'm not going to be doing business with these assholes, anyways. I was contacted by some underling of the Sanctiforge, perhaps about 9 or so months ago. Something about wanting to purchase the Mind Flayer tadpole. This is very volatile substance, very pricey as well, and very, very hazardous to transport. You see, as they get further away from whatever network they're being grown in, they begin to die, which makes transport by sea, as going through Drakmir and passing over Mistrala, the tadpole cannot survive this journey. So, I consult Artificer in Drakmiri, and they have this practice of infecting the tadpole with vampirism. This allows one to sustain it on blood instead of the psychic energy of its hive for a longer period of time. Allows you to make travel across sea where it can establish whatever network they want to establish. Do you follow so far?
Yeah, so because it
Yeah.
had vampirism, whoever infected also had vampirism?
Yeah, so the vampire version of the Mind Flayer is much less dangerous, more feral, and in that way, less dangerous for getting out of control. Still extremely dangerous. Why someone would be doing this, I don't know.
Who did
You
you
just-
deliver the tadpoles to?
We
Or
never
where?
worked with names, but I've been in and out of the Shard-like district.
Did you do like a was it like a hand-to-hand trade, or were you doing drop spots? What kind of things?
We did
What?
dead drops.
Yeah. Okay, so where?
In a bunch of locations around the Shardlight district, it would change each time, but for the most part, it seemed to be in the near circumference about their sacred well.
Okay. Do you have a dead drop scheduled anytime soon?
No, we completed this batch of shipments. I've already dropped off everything I was going to drop, and we were in the midst of negotiations for the next batch. This is hazardous work, and because there's no business in town, he kind of smirks, jacking up the price. I told them if they wanted to keep coming, they pay me double.
Were you talking with anyone directly for the negotiations?
Well, we were talking, and I didn't like what I was hearing, so we sent them along their way. You do recall picking up the note that
Purchase order.
indicated certain price arrangements and deals that you, I believe, plucked off of a corpse.
I actually pull that note out. Other than this purchase order, do you have any other documentation about this whole ordeal? And she puts it back in her vest or her coat pocket.
No, they kept everything pretty vague and without documentation. But perhaps that alone may give you what it is you need.
What would you say if you had maybe a change of heart about the deal, and we did a dead drop, but we maybe kept an eye on it? You'd be, you wouldn't have to be part of that. Just set up a dead drop. I don't care if it's a bottle of wine you put there. Just give us a chance to see who's picking it up.
Well, we know who's picking it up, don't we?
I mean,
Well,
we
we don't
know,
know
but we don't
specifically.
have proof.
Yeah.
You know, one of the reasons I wanted to. One of the reasons I upped the price was I want to be out of this business. Specifically, anything involving the tadpoles is very dirty. Very dangerous for these sorts of things to be in the wrong hands. And he kind of points at his own eye, and he's like, very hazardous to be around this stuff. Even if they met my demands, which they had no interest in doing, it's not really worth my time and the pain in the ass, as you Outlanders say. So, I think I'm planning on walking away, unless you have some other way of making it worth my while.
Do they have a new supplier?
I mean, they had to travel pretty far and wide to get access to me. So this would set them back for whatever it is they're doing, which, even if it's on the land of your corporate pigs, I think that a mind flayer nest, even one afflicted with vampirism, is no good for the world. Not necessarily something I'd want to leave behind.
How much were they paying you?
They were paying me 20,000 per drop. Sorry, per shipment, which would be about 5,000 per drop.
And you wanted to double that?
I asked, yeah. So I asked for 40.
How many tadpoles were in each shipment?
Well, it would be, let's see, 5 groups of 4. 20. Give or take. There was, we would always set out with 25, but a few would always die along the way. So we'd usually net between 18 and 22, but the deal was for 20, with that preordained margin for error.
And how many
Between-
total shipments have you done so far?
This would have been our 4th run. Between you and me, if we ever had any extra, we would just keep them and store them in a batch with the plans of reselling them as an extra drop.
Hence the pitcher tadpoles.
Yes. Which, as you are now seeing, cost me about 4,000 gold pieces.
And an eyeball.
And an eyeball.
It's rough.
Well, Miriam, is this enough proof for you? Or do we need to get specific names?
I think she's inside with Leo.
We'll say she has stepped out for this part of the... It's been some time. So she would have caught the last part of this conversation, and as she kind of ponders this, she says, You've done good work here. To be honest, the mission here was more of the High Regent seeking to have you all stretch your legs in your new role. There's more work to be done. I can ask for a reassignment to have some other ledgermen come here and finish the job if we're feeling like we're hitting any dead ends. I would say we probably have enough to seek to take down Elvire. The growing concern is the mystery of what he plans to do with the tadpoles and the mind flayers.
I would like time to look into this mind flayer leech that I have. Maybe I can make some form of antidote. Possibly. No guarantees, but I can do some research and see what happens.
So that sounds like it's one vote for completing the next natural progression of this task. I will say I can requisition new supplies from the Ledgerman and see that you are paid out for your original task. If you'd like, it would be reasonable to get some leave and take the rail back to Logistica to reconvene with the Ledgerman. Take a bit of time off if you want to pick up this task in a little bit. But since you're already here, I could arrange to have any requisitions brought here and allow you to continue to work. Perhaps you could take a day to sleep on it and decide. I can update Horatio, your contact within the Ledgerman, and see if he'll approve a requisition package for a second part of this mission. If you're all willing to undertake it, that is.
Makes sense, we're already here.
And it's not like they are enthusiastic to have us back at the Ledgerman headquarters, I'm sure.
She laughs. No, they are not. Sorry, no, they are not.
Well, then we'll think on it.
So, think about it. You'll all be paid. Not that there's much to do with the coin here. You can all take a look at the requisition options from the Ledgerman Scouting Guide and see if there's any equipment you wish to take out of your payment. I'll send a message tomorrow to have everything shipped.
I don't mean to
Also,
sound...
no, go
Sorry,
ahead.
you can finish. It's fine.
I was just going to say, it looks like Theo is going to make it out mostly unscathed, thanks to your actions. Even though it was your actions that got him in this predicament to begin with, he wanted to express his gratitude. And again, I wanted to emphasize the importance of that. So thank you for getting him out, because allies are difficult to come by on this side of the marches.
Well, we apologize for getting him in that position in the first place, don't we?
No, I apologize for getting him in that position.
Thank you for the professionalism. Now, what is it you were saying, Luminora?
Oh, I didn't mean to sound rude or short, but Theo did have accommodations for us. Is that right? She's like holding her side and wincing just a tiny bit.
Yeah, you are all noticing that Luminora is just like sitting where she's at. She has not really touched any food, and she has slowly began working on a puddle of blood that is like trickling all the way down from her abdomen. As she says, "Oh my, yeah, you should have one of the healers look at that." Yes, there are accommodations for you right here in the Heights. When you're ready, I can show you all to the rooms that we had set aside from you. You'll be staying directly in the temple.
You know, I'd like to see one of those healers as well. He pulls out like just some gauze from a hole in his shoulder.
Yes, it looks like you've all earned your pay today, so we'll have them sent out here. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Yeah, am I able to get to the top of this? Not that building. See how there's that plateau up there? Could I get up there?
Yeah. You'd
I'd
have
like
to travel to the central spire and use the grand stairwell.
After this healing, do you think someone could show me the way?
It's quite easy. You could see the spire from here. It's just straight shot down the hall. You can't miss it.
Okay. Thanks.
She nods. She says, "Well, I'll leave your team to it. Good work out there. It's looking like you're beginning to gain your footing. Perhaps we'd be ready to take on bigger tasks soon." And I can see that, Neri, you have began to come into your own.
You could say that.
Excellent. I've been excited to see you take fighting form. I am feeling more and more confident about this endeavor.
Could I actually have a word with you, Miriam?
Sure thing.
Probably
I'll
not
go grab the
important.
healers. Neri, we could take a walk. And
Mary
she-
finish off whatever he's
Yeah.
eating and follow.
Hold you aside.
You asked earlier if I was... Let me just get straight to the point. Were you expecting me to be unwell?
Yes.
The information in the ledger, if we look up a name, mine is very empty. Is that truthful? Is that all you know?
It is. I'll be completely honest with you, Yedin Narek. I don't know much about you, but... And she kind of reaches down and tries to grab your hand. And kind of pulls it a little bit towards her and flips it to highlight the tattoo on the back of your palm. But I can say that despite your under-documentation, the fact that it seems that you were licensed as a textile worker 5 years before you were documented as picking up your first ration, the fact that there are multiple dates of birth listed in your papers, I ran this mark through every known databank, ledgermen and otherwise, using some very sought after resources that I haven't had to use in quite a while. And the only person who seemed to know anything about it refused to talk to me. So, yes, I knew that once the Verdania provisioning had begun to be sweat out of your brain, that we would see a new Yedin come to form. Who that is, I honestly have no idea. And that's the truth.
I believe you. And the people higher than you, they know less?
She smiles and just says, well, the one higher than me is the High Regent of Spycraft, High Regent Quaid, and let's just say he's a very busy man, and we can be somewhat selective about any details that go in my reports. And she gives you a wink. How does that sound?
Sounds wonderful. Sounds safe. Thank you, Miriam.
She, as you begin to presumably walk away, she says, Yedin,
Aye.
what do you know about the Sixth House? Does that ring a bell?
Can't say I've heard of it before. Or maybe I have and it just hasn't come back yet.
How about the name Samita?
He scrunches his brow, looks down at the ground. She alive?
He smiles. More than meets the eye after all. Have a good evening, Yedin Narek. And she turns to walk away.
Makes a mental note of maybe and goes to finish his food. Be with the rest of the
Okay.
crew.
All right. With that, Yedin goes back to convene with the rest of the crew. As this is happening, some healers are brought to you all who will attempt to mend your wounds. Is there any conversations you wish to have between each other before you take a long rest?
Yeah, before the healers got there, I would like to go up to Luminara and kind of like look at her wound. I'm not gonna touch her. I'm just gonna take a look at it and say,
First off, you can't see the wound itself, but you can tell that there's like this kind of growing area of blood soakedness on her abdomen or like her kind of flank area that she's clearly not putting pressure on that she absolutely should be.
Now, Luminara,
Yes,
I
Charles
know
Brent.
you could just call me Charles.
Yes,
Preferably
Charles.
Chuck, but
Chuck. Sorry.
you know,
I apologize. Yes,
it's okay.
Chuck.
It's okay. You're bleeding pretty bad, and I know some healers are coming, but
Yes.
next time, after we're done fighting, before we see the healers, I do have, basic battlefield first aid training, and maybe we could have, stopped a little bit of that bleeding earlier. I don't want
She
you
looks
to.
at you kind of quizzically. I don't understand.
We're a team, you see, right? All five of
Yes.
us. And you're injured pretty bad. You're bleeding a lot. We could stop that.
Yeah, I made the mistake and the consequences of my actions.
Yeah, but you see, we could mitigate those consequences just
No, you're
until we get to a healer.
supposed to. Wait, you're supposed to sort of feel the consequences. You're not supposed to mitigate the consequences.
Who told you that?
That's part of training. If you don't, if you don't get to
Your
feel
mother
the
told you that.
consequences of your actions, you don't get better. I mean, in the end, all of this is, whatever. Who cares? This is one body,
Luminora, make a Constitution saving throw for me.
11?
Okay. Are you on your feet right now, or are you sitting?
I think sitting.
Okay, you're fine.
Yeah, but Luminar, if we, let's say we got done with the fight and you're injured like you are now, and we didn't have healers to run off to. Maybe we gotta travel for a few days. You could die. Or
I see. Yes. Okay. Yes.
you could let me help you out. It's not gonna be better. I'm not a surgeon, I'm not a healer, but I have basic battlefield first aid, which is like for this kind of thing.
I understand. I'm used to after battles with injuries, I usually prune, and so it's a totally different process. And usually you kind of ignore the wounds so that you can, the consequences of your actions, stuff like that.
What do you mean prune?
It's a Cathari tradition.
Cool. Well, if that's what they told you when you were a child.
Charles, give me a history check real quick.
You know what? I might actually be okay at this. Nope.
DC 15.
Well, 8.
Okay. Yeah, you know what you're talking.
Yeah, that seems pretty fucked up. Most people don't let themselves bleed to death because of a mistake.
Well, most people aren't Cathari blade dancers, so makes sense.
Maybe that's why. Charles is gonna, once he gets healed, or gets, whatever healing you can get.
Yeah. Healers are
gonna
going
go
to
up
come
there.
over. When they'll go to Luminora first, because there's clearly now like a significantly alarming puddle of blood that is just accumulating under her.
Yeah, I'll get out of the way so they can get.
Yeah, and they immediately go, "Oh, by the founder, this needs pressure now," and looks over at all of you and just like gives everyone in the group like a very quizzical look of like, "Did no one notice this?"
I
And they
tried to tell
immediately
her.
like take this whole thing of bandaging and like push on your like right over the wound like really hard. And they just say, I need to see the wound right now, so this coat needs to come off.
Okay. Take my coat off.
And he'll just kind of like lift up the like shirt under just to the point where they see the wound, and there's just like a gaping like hole in Luminora that's like just oozing, and you watch as Luminora is just kind of looking at it quizzically and looking back at the healer, and then he's now confused and he just says, "Did you not notice this?"
No, we were in a battle and someone struck me because my footwork, I didn't parry correctly. And so he struck me but then we how did this
So
have to
I
do?
don't let go of this. You can't let this
I don't
open.
understand what
Put your
you
hand
are
here.
talking-
Put
Okay.
your hand here, and tighter, harder. Hold it like
Okay,
that.
that kind of okay,
Don't let go.
slightly uncomfortable.
You have to stop the bleeding.
Why?
Because you only have so much blood, and healing can only do so much, especially if it's not administered in time. This will take me a second. Please just don't let go of that so I can concentrate on what I do.
You think this will
Um,
scar?
Most assuredly.
Oh,
But it's in a place that is not very visible, so it's not like a terrible disfigurement, so you can consider
doesn't
yourself lucky.
matter. That doesn't matter.
Well, perhaps one can turn to some of the more peaceful teachings of the founder, in that violence is never really a permanent solution. It frequently disrupts productivity. Perhaps if we wish to look at the scars that we develop and the wounds that we carry, we must look inwards. Perhaps our own behavior could have been different, such that we wouldn't carry such wounds. But you
I
know
think
what
I
they
need to
say.
practice my forms more. You know what they say? Yes. Perfection or death.
I never heard anyone say that.
Say
You're the
often.
one from Cathari.
Yes.
I see. Well, they say that the way that Zalathea would dance with her blade was like a song to the founder himself. So, there is much honor in your house and what you do. Now, hold pressure and don't let go. And now I will heal you with the light of the founder. And he is going to do a prayer of healing to heal you to full.
Neri spits on the ground.
This cleric is going to kind of eyeball that over the side and then kind of look a little, like sit up a little straighter. You can almost see the hair kind of like stand up at his neck as he's just like, ooh, these guys are bad folks. As he's just like continuing to heal Luminora. With that, Charles, you can make it to the top and begin to map out the districts of the Sanctiforge.
We need to tell Marion what we want ordered.
We will handle that before next session.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay.
So,
I'd like to
does
do that
anybody
for
else?
my long rest. Is kind of just be up there.
Sure. Taking some inventory, doing some cartography. Is anyone else going to have any conversations or things like that before you take your long rest?
You mind if I go with you, Chuck? Better to have us in pairs.
Yeah, I don't mind. As long as you're not bugging me while I'm drawing.
No? Won't bother you at all.
So Neri and Chuck make your way up together, where Chuck is going to be mapping things out. Is there anything you're going to do while you're up there, Neri?
Yeah, he immediately breaks his promise to not bother him once they get up there. soldier, a war man. And from what we've seen, well, goodbye, Eddie. From what we've seen, you, how do you feel about the founder? Our sacred machine guiding us all.
Well, to be 100% honest, I'm not really religious. But I just follow orders. Good soldiers follow orders.
And if those orders force you to do something that you're not comfortable with, well, it's not like you haven't disobeyed those orders, right?
Well, not when I was in the service. I mean, I guess technically I might still be, but last thing I remember, everyone I knew was killed by those goddamn monks. And now, I'm a Ledgerman. So, you know, the orders weren't too clear. Just kind of investigate. Well, I wasn't really trained in investigating. They just trained me to kill. So, that's what I'll do. Do my best.
Right, good at that, aren't they?
I assume you're asking because you don't believe in the founder.
No, I didn't say that. Those are blasphemous words, aren't they?
It's just the two of us up here, ain't it? Beautiful.
Looks around for a bit.
Yeah. Just the two of you.
Yedin, why do people keep calling you Nary?
That's, I suppose maybe the reason you want people to call you Chuck, or... You know, we maybe had a past that's not too dissimilar.
100% honest with you, I don't remember much before the military.
Yeah, not too dissimilar. Anyways,
What?
my friends called me Neri.
Would you prefer I called you Yedin or Nary?
No, I think Neri's more appropriate.
Friends then, eh?
Yeah, you've got to, you know, old friends move on. You've got to move on as well. But the name still stands. So Neri. Friends. And no, you're right. I'm not too fond of the sacred machine and all that it says. A good thing we're not employed under the sacred machine, are we?
No, I mean, I guess. Or not. But secrets stay between friends. So,
I think we can trust them all. Luminora, Zal, he'd probably forget anyways. Mazarin's weird, but probably good.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyways, I'll let you draw. You're quite good at it.
Yeah. I like it. Helps calm it down.
Mary plops down next to Chuck.
Yeah, Chuck's sitting at the edge, legs hanging over,
Hmm.
just kind of slowly drawing the map.
Okay. So as Chuck and Neri have their conversation and just look over the rest of the Sanctiforge, Luminora, was there anything else you wanted to do? As you're just
I'm-
being healed at this point.
I will take some time and try and copy the spell scrolls into my spell book.
Perfect. Yep. So as Luminora is cut over to her, copying some spell scrolls into her book, we'll say Maz would have found a coffee, carrying it around in a ceramic cup as she's kind of taking a little tour around Vellum Heights. Sal, looking at some of his notes, the alchemical materials he's collected, just trying to quickly study, see what he can ascertain. And finally, we'll take one last look at Neri and Chuck, casting shadows along the plateaus beneath them, looking over the city. And not that Chuck notices, but if anyone looked closely enough, the shadow that Neri is casting in a split second just leaves him and wanders off to do some of his own exploration. And with that, we will end our session here and pick up next week.
Wowzers. That went better than I thought it was going to.
It somehow went better and
Yeah.
worse, I'll be honest. Also, I love how we're like all thinking profusely about how to do this, and then Neri just
Goes-
walks off and starts walking through walls.
Yeah.
Just crazy.